welcome back to another history special. Today I'm in Colchester, going to take a walk around the Roman Circus Visitor Centre. The circus was discovered by archaeologists back in 2004, and it's the only Roman circus found in Britain. The nearest one is in Vienne in France, several hundred miles to the south. Massive thank you to Colchester's Archaeological Trust and the staff here at the Visitor Centre for making this video possible. It's rather nice here. Nice tree-lined pathway leading to the outside attractions here at the Visitor Centre, and also there's an indoor part as well with exhibitions and exhibits. I'm going to start at the outside area and just through around to the left through these gates is the top part of what was the actual circus track, and these were the old starting gates. This is where the horses would have lined up, the charioteers would have lined up under the archways, ready for the race down the track. And the blocks here are the original starting gates, the actual position of the starting gates. So directly underneath the these little concrete sections is the original Roman foundations of the starting gates here at the Roman Circus. The actual structure of the racetrack is the largest brick-built Roman structure found in Britain. It was 450 metres in length, around about a quarter of a mile. In fact, the track was so large that they're able to race quadrigas here, which was a chariot pulled by 4 horses. Some of the smaller racetracks in the Roman world raced tririgas, a chariot pulled by 3 horses, and the smaller ones, birigas. That's a chariot pulled by 2 horses. All the horses would line up in the starting gates, which is where I am now. I'm actually looking down towards the length of the track. And in the middle would be a central spine or spina. And at each end of the spina would be a metae or a turning pin. And the charioteers would race from here all the way down the length of the racetrack, turning at the metae at the far end and returning and looping around 7 times of the track, 7 laps of the track. There would be 8 charioteers in each race, 2 from each team or faction, and those factions would be split into colours. There was the Prasini, which was the green team, the Rosati, which was the red team, the Albati, which was the white team, and the Veneti, which is the blue team. And under starters' orders, they would race down the track in front of me to the first turning pin at the start of the first straight, and that's roughly where the road sign is, around about 100 yards ahead of me. The whole of the racetrack would have been lined with spectators, all cheering on their faction, and there'd be joyous behaviour and celebration when their teams won, and there'd be disappointment and sometimes civil unrest when their teams lost. All we can go by for the excitement is the 1959 film of Ben-Hur, and wow, what a fantastic film that was, starring Charlton Heston. And it gives us a sense of the excitement that would have been portrayed at each of these races. And it must have been quite something to see. All the people of the town would have come up to the circus to watch the racing. It would have been a major event in their calendar. And there would have been street vendors here selling food, and also street entertainers as well, and other activities to make the day more enjoyable for all the people. It was a real event. I suppose the closest we get to that now would be something like a major motorsport event where you've got all the attractions on the side as well as the main race. But here's a little animation from which the Roman Circus have provided, which actually shows a race here at the track. Huge thank you to the Roman Circus for allowing me to use that animation. It really does show the excitement of a horse race here, a chariot race on the circus. But coming through the main gates now to the area just outside the visitor centre, and as the foundations here have been uncovered of the actual of the wall of the circus. This is the stands. This is where everybody would have been seated to watch the race. They would have entered from the outside. Let's just walk around to the outside. They would have entered the outside, from the outside going into the circus itself through the Vomitorium. Just now walking through where the Vomitorium would have been. And all the spectators would have made their way up onto the seating area, all the levels, and would have had a good view looking out across the track. To my right are the starting gates where I've just come from, and round to the left would have been the first mete, the first turning pin, which they would have raced down towards and then done their 7 laps of the track. And just ahead of me here on the track are 2 chariots, both pulled by quadrigers. Here we go. So we have actually got charioteers and horses, although a representation of a charioteer and horses here on the track inside the Roman Circus Visitor Centre. One of the other attractions they have here is a large mosaic, and this actually depicts a chariot race on the circus. It's just ahead of me. Oh wow, that's quite fantastic, really. Wow, yeah. You can see the horses on the track, the central spina, and the mete at each end, and it shows the charioteers racing around the circuit in their quadrigers. Got trumpeters and other figurines around the side. Really does look quite impressive as well. It gives a good depiction of what a race might have looked like back in Roman times. But now let's head inside and have a look at the attractions and displays actually inside the visitor centre. So much to see here inside the visitor centre, from archaeological remains to artists' impressions, and also details of other circuses that existed throughout the Roman world. But through into the main exhibition hall of the centre is a scale model of the Roman circus. Very detailed indeed, complete with charioteers and spectators, and it gives a real depiction of how the circus would have looked back in Roman times. I've had a really enjoyable time walking around the visitor centre here at the Roman Circus. There really is so much to see. I'll put a link in the description below to the circus, or come along in person and have a look for yourself. It's well worth a visit. But I found myself now in the Café. They've got a delightful little cafe here, serving a wide variety of snacks and homemade cakes. And I've got a rather nice Victoria sponge to enjoy. So I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon for another history special somewhere else. Delicious. Thanks for watching.